Okay, meeting will come to order, March 23rd, 7 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock. Before we start the agenda, I just want to, I have to give some thank yous to a lot of people. You know, in this job, you never do things alone. You need a village, as Hillary Clinton would say. You really need an entire state to help you to do things because it's so difficult. So anything that any one of us has ever done, it's because of all the great people who have been behind us. So I want to thank all the committee members, all the volunteers with whom I've served over the years, and they made it all possible. I mean, probably worked with close to 800 people at least over the years. And it's because of all those wonderful people who do it because they love the town. The town meeting members, anything we do, whether it's roads for Scotty, for the fire chief, police chief, we have to go to town meeting. And one thing that I've found over 33 years is that town meeting has tremendous wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and I think 99.9% of the time, they've always done the right thing in supporting something. And so we have a great system with the town meeting members. Hopefully, the town meeting form of government will never change. Probably has to be tweaked a little bit here and there, but otherwise, the programs that we have, the services that we have, are second to none. The dedicated police and fire chiefs. Public safety is most important, as everybody knows. A lot of times people say, oh, you know, what do we need all these people for, and the taxes and all that? But when something happens, God forbid, you want the firefighters there in a minute, and you want the police department there in case there's a problem. So I've been blessed to have worked with some great chiefs. A long time ago, Chief John McGrath. When I first got in, he was like a grandfather. Matter of fact, I was calling him Mr. McGrath, or sir, instead of calling him chief. Don Small, another great person who was a chief for a little while. Vin Liberto, Earl Wagner, John Walsh, and the last guy we brought in, where is he? The last guy we brought in, he never hides. Now he's hiding because I'm going to say something nice about him. We went to Boston at the MBTA, and as soon as we started talking to him, I knew this guy was a great choice, and he would be great for Milford. And he's been one of the shining stars for our community, and throughout the state, we're well known for our fire department and the police department, and that's because of Tom O'Laughlin and all the guys that we have and ladies that we have in that department. So thank you, Chief. The fire chiefs started off with Jack DiPaolo. I was elected selectman. I went into his office, and he said to me the first night, what the hell are you doing here? Don't bother me. That's how he started. But after a while, I got to know that he was a great man. He was a good man. His bark was worse than his bark, and as he just loved Milford. He loved being chief, and he was a good man. After that was John Taddy. Chief Taddy was another great choice for fire chief. We set up a police chiefs committee, and they came up with some recommendations, and they said, this guy's got it. And so John Taddy was chief for a long period of time. We had a deputy in the wings, John Toohey. So when Chief Taddy retired, it was relatively easy. John Toohey was the person, and throughout this whole process, every new person that's come in has done a little bit more for the department as far as computerizations, modernizations, and all that. So John Toohey came in and did a lot of things that expanded on what Chief Taddy had done. And now we have his brother, Bill Toohey, who's doing a fine job, and hopefully he'll stay longer than a couple of years or 3 years. I want to thank all the department heads in this building and the employees. Everything is the beginning, the genesis that starts everything from happening in this building. We have a lot, tremendously dedicated department heads the employees, and I know for sure that I travel a lot. When I go into different places, there's no other town hall like Milford. I mean, it's still close-knit. We know everybody. When you go into an office, whether it be seeing Scotty or seeing the tax collector or the assessor or even town council Moody, you get that service. I mean, you get that. We really care. The people here really care. And a lot of times we get criticized a lot that we have too many people here, that we should cut, 50% of the staff. And, but there's one thing missing. Without all of you in this building and the department heads, the service to the public will not be done. And so we know, the people who work in this building, how precious you are and how valuable you are. And I want to thank everybody in this building. And once again, for the things that we've done, whether you're building fields or whatever the case may be, senior center, the youth center, you need people in this building to help out. We have projects that we do all the time, and we call up our department heads, whether it be Scotty, whether it be John Erickson, whether it be the town planner, Larry Duncan. We all come together, and by doing that, we do a better job, and we also save money at the same time. So all those people I have to thank. We've had some tremendous engineers in town. Mike Santora, I believe, was here, what, Jerry, 29, 28 years? Mike was, we got Mike out of Worcester, and he had just graduated from WPI, and he was a great engineer. A lot of the projects that have been done over the past, 30 years, Mike's been involved, and he's been the key person. Mike retired, and he's doing well, and then now we have Vonnie Reese. Vonnie's been with us, and Vonnie's another tremendous find, and she's a great engineer and really doing great things for the town of Milford and advising us and helping us. And, the expertise is unbelievable. Other towns like Marlborough and Franklin probably have a staff of about 11, 12 people. We have 3 people in Milford, and I'd say that what we do is better than any other community. I mentioned Jerry. Jerry's a tremendously gifted town council. Jerry's been here for about 28, 29 years, maybe a little bit longer. And he's another department head. He deals with the town, advising us, keeping us out of trouble. But a lot of times residents will go in and just ask a question, and Jerry could say, well, you have to go to a private attorney or whatever. But he gives a little bit of advice or says, you should see something about this. And so he's got to be, if not one of the 2 top town councils in the state, he's got to be the top town council. He does a great job. So thank you, Jerry. In the Selectmen's office, we have 2 wonderful people, Jean DeTore and Liz Fernandez. I hope I haven't been that much of a pain over 33 years, because I do call a lot. And sometimes I make you laugh, and sometimes I say, oh, geez, we need this, we've got to get it done, whatever. And Liz is tremendous. And once again, it's servicing the public. Jean, besides being a great cook, I think we've all gone to Mike's Pastry in Boston. Well, if she ever opened up a bakery shop, it would be the best seller in the world, huh, Brian?
Oh, no question about it.
And Jean, thanks for everything. Thanks for the laughs, all the support. Town administrators. I've been blessed to have worked with Andy Gala was here a little bit, then he went off and had a great tenure at town manager in Foxborough. But we had Judith Sparrow. Judith was a very nice person, very qualified, and she brought some elegance to the position and started doing some things that maybe hadn't been done before. She was from out of town, but she did a great job. And she is not with us anymore, but she started everything after Andy Gala left. After Judith left, it was Phyllis Ahern. Phyllis came from the school department and was great on accounting, knew the systems, cold, really brought some more sophistication to 3 guys trying to do the job. And I can't tell you how many times she would say, we're not doing that any longer, we're going to do it this way. Okay, Phyllis. Then came Lou Solazzi. And Lou's Lou. He had a different way of doing things, but he loved the town. He had been in the school system, working as a transportation coordinator and also community use. He came here, and the assimilation didn't take too long because he knew Milford, he knew what was best for Milford, and he worked very, very well with people and was able to bring people together sometimes and work things out for the community. After Lou left, we had to replace him, and we have, Rick Villani. Rick, a couple of years, and the first year with the casino, the work that was done, and even now, he's doing a very, very nice job. And, hopefully at some point in the future, the selectmen will be able to maybe make that position a little bit stronger because, we're approaching a $100 million budget, and we're really a mid-sized company, and we should be able to have more authority so that the selectmen don't have to worry about that. But hopefully that'll happen. But Rick, thank you for working with me over the past year. So all great professionals, and they all cared about Milford, and that's why Milford is so successful. We're a community that is financially strong, take care of our elderly, the seniors, the veterans. We're able to take care of all kinds of projects, and we do it being fiscally responsible, never had an override, never had a debt exclusion. We take care of the taxpayer, and that is significant, giving money to the taxpayer, taking care of everything else. Last year, I think we gave Scotty, was it about $800,000 extra to work on roads and all that, and that has to be looked at again because, we have to take care of the infrastructure, and we do. All the projects that we've done in Milford, we've done within the operating budget. I don't think too many towns can really take credit for that. So that's most important about Milford. And, lastly, I serve on the board. I've had some great colleagues. John Betcher was a good man. He's gone to heaven, but he was a good friend, and he worked very hard on behalf of the committee. Other people like John Pine, who was here, Sal Semino, Aldo Chakey, really tremendous individuals with character, integrity, and just a sense of purpose in doing the right thing. And those individuals made some very difficult decisions in the past. It's all nice and when you have a couple hundred people before you and everybody agrees with everybody, but a lot of times when you have to do the right thing, you have to make a tough decision. Sometimes you're going against popular demands, and maybe you have to give another point of view, and that's why I think the town of Milford is in the position that it's in. So I certainly want to thank all the selectmen that I served with and allowing me to serve with them. If I missed anyone, I'm truly sorry, and I thank you for everything you've done to the town of Milford. The guy to my right has been a dear friend for a long time, and he's always supported what I felt was important, and I've always supported what he felt was important. His dedication is second to none. He certainly has an insatiable desire and commitment to serve the people of Milford, and he does that on a daily basis. And now he's finishing up with the youth center, and that'll be a great facility for the town. So those are some of the things that I wanted to mention. I could go on, ad infinitum, no question. But Milford is a beautiful place. It's a special place. I've talked to so many people in the past. They move in and they say, wow, never seen a town like this. And go down on Levers or Jeans or go to somebody out of the specialty shops, places on Main Street or Spalone's, and people know each other. They're hairdressers. And you have a problem, you tell someone, and then there's 10 calls asking if I needed any help. And so that's what Milford is. And we have a nice blend of the old people and the new people coming in, so it's a nice influx of people, and I think we need that, and, I think that everything speaks for itself. I want to just mention the media. A good friend, Ed Thompson, was here a little while ago, and he had to leave, but Ed's been a dear friend, very supportive. Kevin, we've worked together for a long time. Before that, Mike Soretta, Marty Luttrell, Bill, Leslie Dixon, Denise Mize. I've always had a good relationship with the press. I think if you're honest with people, give people the information up front, things work out. So I certainly want to thank you, because you certainly, the two of you and the radio station, you do a tremendous service to the town as far as information, letting people know what's going on, the community action groups that are present, the activities and all that. So it's part of Milford, and I think the people of Milford truly enjoy that. So just in closing, the public watching, it's been a real pleasure serving you for a long time. Your support has always been there. I think you've had good confidence in me and trying to do the right thing. And we may not have agreed all the time, but I think at the end of the day, both sides working together, we did what's right and good for Milford. And I think the future is very promising, very bright for the town. Just have to follow the blueprint and, learn from the past and try to acquire new things and put in new things that have to be done as appropriate, because as time goes on, things change and you have to look at different ways of doing things. The taxpayer is most important, and everything is done for the taxpayer. So when we talk about services, talk about programs, it's not for us, it's for the people out there, because the people of Milford demand, they want the very best in the programs and services, and I think the Milford officials, the Milford department heads and all that, the people in this building, do everything they can. So I wanted to get that out of the way before I break down completely. I hope I haven't missed anyone, but Lena McCarthy, a great lady, and I have to tell you a story, one quick story. When the power plant first came into Milford, Lena, I live in Lena's district down the south end, she felt that it wasn't appropriate. She got people together, and the group made us work very, very hard. And we were able to ascertain the questions. Sometimes we didn't have all the answers, and we got the answers, and I think we did it as like a complete textbook of how do you bring in large industry, a power plant, into a community. And it was because of Lena and her group that was successful. Former tax collector Bobby Andriano used to always bring in a check, and he used to come in and say, Dean, look at this, $1 million from the power plant. So that went a long way. But we have people like Lena and all the people in this room that have made Milford what it is. So with that, I want to thank you, and I'll still be involved with a few things, Milford Pond, Commission on Disabilities, maybe some other things that if the board wants me to get involved with those things. But it's been a tremendous ride. Besides my family, and I have two of them here, my cousins, Louisa Jokas and my little cousin, Juliana Jokas, senior at Milford High School. The family, the extended family has been the community, so it's been easy doing what I did. And I think it's time to get to the agenda, so thank you very much. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, before we get to the agenda, we have a few other things that we'd like to get out of the way.
Okay.
So with that, I'd like to ask the town administrator for a comment.
Yes, thank you. Selectman Buckley is sorry that he could not be here tonight. He asked me to read something for you, Dean. He says, "I'm proud to be among your friends, family, and colleagues in congratulating you on your service as a member of the Milford Board of Selectmen. You have served Milford with distinction and should be proud of your contribution to the community. You've touched the lives of many in this community through your hard work and sincerity over your 33 years as a selectman, and you will be missed. My family and I send you our very best wishes as you celebrate the next chapter in your life. Sincerely, Bill Buckley."
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, there are some other very important people, significant, I know in your life, who could not be here but would like to share their thoughts with you. But before we do that, there's a couple of things that I'd like to say. For the last 14 years, I've had the privilege and the honor of sitting next to Dino DeBartolomeus as a colleague and also as a friend. But it wasn't then that I first got to know him. It was back in the late 80s. I was a member of the school committee, and he took over the Stacy Middle School building project. And it's difficult to try to think back at that time. We were in a period where we faced negative free cash for about 2 or 3 years. There was large question marks about whether or not we ought to be pursuing that particular project. But Dino took over a committee. I think the committee was about 26 people. It was
43.
43, okay, well, Lena remembers. And that's the way committees were back then. They were like a Cecil B. DeMille movie, you know, cast of thousands. And, you know, Dino chaired that committee, led the committee. He fought for what he knew was right, and I think time has proven him correct in that that building really has served as the cornerstone of Milford education, and at the same time upholding the history and heritage of this community. You know, from there, he moved on to the Memorial Elementary School. He chaired that committee as well. Again, that was not a slam dunk. There were people questioning as to whether or not that project was necessary. But again, he knew that the educational needs for the town were only going to grow, and that added elementary space was great. And again, 20 years later, 25 years later, he's been proven correct. He talked about the power plant project. He was a spearhead on that. It's turned out to be a tremendous business for the community. And Milford Pond, I mean, who does not associate Milford Pond with Dino? Again, not a particularly popular project, certainly not a glamorous project, but, you know, when he took that over, it was, what, 20 years ago? He knew that it was going to be a lot of time, tedious work, dedication, and the probability of success wasn't that great. So it's only now, much later, that we can bear the fruits of his labor, and it's particularly fitting with the new federal regulations in terms of stormwater, the environmental concerns that the community and the country have encountered over the last 15 years that really proved him with tremendous foresight for the community. You know, beyond that, there aren't too many pieces of infrastructure in this town that he has not had a significant hand in. This building renovation here, he was intimately involved with. Memorial Hall, intimately involved with. He built police stations, fire stations. That's just infrastructure. That doesn't even talk about the programs, the services, all of the things that he supported for the benefit of the Milford taxpayer. I think, and it's somewhat unfortunate, his leadership was taken for granted because it was always there and it was always solid. And I think now we're going to really appreciate and miss that kind of leadership. But for 33 years, you did one heck of a job as a selectman, and the town of Milford owes you a debt of gratitude.
Thank you, my friend.
Now, I'd like to just read some citations and congratulatory notices from folks who couldn't be here. I'm proud to join your family, friends, and colleagues in celebrating your retirement and 33 years of dedicated service to the town of Milford. Over the course of your career, you have shown remarkable leadership and integrity. I salute your efforts and dedication to serving citizens across the country. Thank you for your outstanding service and best wishes for continued health, happiness, and success. Elizabeth Warren, United States Senator. There's more to come, so you better make some more room on your wall for.
Louisa, you can take these home after, okay?
This is a certificate of special congressional recognition presented to Dino B. DeBartolomeus. Thank you for 33 years of dedicated service as a Milford Selectman and recognition of outstanding and invaluable service to the community. Edward Markey, United States Senator.
Very nice.
This is not a citation. This is a little bit more personal. I am writing to wish you well and congratulate you on the occasion of your retirement after 33 years of dedicated and honorable service to the Milford Board of Selectmen, a truly remarkable milestone. The Milford Board of Selectmen has a long and proud tradition of service, and your contributions exemplify that tradition. Throughout your 11 terms as a Milford Selectman, you have carried out your work with great integrity and a tremendous sense of duty. It is an absolute honor to serve citizens such as you who have contributed so much to our country throughout your lifetime. I truly hope that your day of celebration is filled with joy and happiness, and that all of your future endeavors may be met with success and prosperity. Congratulations and best wishes. Sincerely, Joe Kennedy, Member of Congress.
That is very nice.
You also have an official citation from the State Senate. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Selectman Dino B. DeBartolomeus in recognition of significantly enhancing the quality of life in the town of Milford through your dedication, commitment, and service as a selectman for 11 years. Signed, Stanley Rosenberg, President of the Senate, Clerk of the Senate, and also Ryan Fatman, State Senator. I know that your good friend John Fernandez wanted to be here, but I know he has another commitment and is truly disappointed that he can't be here, but you certainly see John enough, so
That's right.
be glad to. But this is a citation from the House of Representatives. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offer its sincerest congratulations to Dino B. DeBartolomeus in recognition of your 33 years of outstanding and dedicated public service as a Milford Selectman and your inspirational and positive leadership on behalf of a grateful community. And it's given this 23rd day of March 2015, signed by Robert A. DeLeo, Speaker of the House, State Representative, and your friend, John Fernandez.
Thank you, John.
Now, we thought about what we would like to give you from the Selectman's office. And Rick and Jean and Liz, we got together. We had to consult with town council, of course,
Okay.
and he was involved as well. But clearly, we wanted to do more than just a citation for you. So Jean and Liz and Rick did a wonderful job in selecting this piece. And I think it's beautiful. I'll read it and then allow you to take it out. It'll, I think, really encapsulate how we feel about your service to the town. Dino B. DeBartolomeus, in grateful recognition of your 39 years of dedicated service to the town of Milford, including as selectman from 1982 to 2015. It's from your fellow board members, myself and Bill, but also Rick Villani, town administrator, Jerry Moody, town council, and of course, Jean and Liz.
Wow, that's beautiful. Wow, thank you. Wow, beautiful.
That's,
Thank you. Can everybody see? That's beautiful. Wow. That's beautiful. Oh,
now don't break it.
I know, huh?
We just got it.
Wow. I don't know if everybody can see that. That's beautiful.
As Jean pointed out,
Wow, that's
has the
beautiful.
letter D to it, so we thought that that was most appropriate for you.
Very
So
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
there's some other things here that we can
Yeah,
go over
that's
afterwards, but it's sort of a bittersweet night. But
Yep.
while this chapter of your life as a public servant closes, I know that it's going to open another chapter in some form of public service. Your soul is good, your heart is strong, and you always want to do the right thing.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Wow, that's very humbling, unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Liz, Jerry, Rick. That's really beautiful. At first, I thought they were gonna give me maybe 5 $2 scratch tickets or something. Okay. Thank you. Stay if you like, or maybe go home to better things with your families, whatever. Chief, thank you. Thanks, Scotty. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, John. Emily, Maria. Bye, Louisa. John, thank you. Julie, thank you. Okay, let me see. The signing of the warrant.
move.
Motion by Brian, I second. Any discussion? All in favor, opposed, unanimous. Minutes of March 9th,
I'll move.
moved by Brian. I second. Any discussion? All in favor, opposed, that's unanimous. Invitation to speak? Anyone here would like to address the board? How are you, Jack? How you doing? Okay, we'll go to the public hearings. We have Sal's Garage. Rick, is Sal here? Yeah. Oh, Sal? How are you?
Good, how you doing, sir?
Why don't you have a seat, okay?
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm Dino, this is Brian Murray, okay?
How are you?
Selectman Buckley has had a previous commitment tonight. Okay, this is an application for Class 2 license. All the paperwork is, I believe, in order. This is 20 Beaver Street. Looking at the department head review form, the building is accessible. Town planner still needs site plan approval from planning board. A one-year special permit was granted by the zoning board of appeals at their 2/12/15 meetings, and that was 6 cars max at this location. No outstanding taxes, town treasurer, okay. Fire department has no issues. Rick, anything else on this?
Nope, I think we're all set.
With that, Sal, anything else you'd like to add to what I've said?
No, pretty much said everything.
Okay, and you understand the maximum amount of cars and all that stuff?
I do.
Okay. And this is, where are you located, 20?
I run a garage right here on South Main Street. That's
Okay.
gonna be the display for the cars.
Okay,
So the cars that I'm gonna have for sale.
all right. Brian, any questions?
No, just on the location, so that the cars for sale are gonna be on Beaver Street?
Correct.
Okay, and the garage on South Main Street, that's separate?
That's separate.
Okay, so that's nothing to do with this?
No.
Okay,
The repair's gonna be done here. That's just a display, just for sale.
okay, great, yeah. I'm all set, I'll
Okay.
move to approve.
Motion by Brian, I second. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you. Good luck, Sal.
Excuse me, just one thing, gentlemen, just subject to site plan approval on that, correct?
Okay, that'll
Okay.
be the motion
Moved and
then.
seconded and amended. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Sal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Next, we have Milford Regional Medical Center, discontinuance of Orange Street Extension. And, yes, sir. How are you?
I'm coming up with that.
Okay.
It's Attorney Michael Juster.
How are you, sir?
Very good.
And you got the big guy for support, Joe, right?
I don't know about that. I do.
Brought the muscle, huh?
Yeah. When things go tough, and you call him up here. Joe, you want to come up front? Come on.
That's okay, it's fine.
All right. Oh,
We're all talking. I'm just-
by the way, say hello to my good friend Frank Saber.
I will.
and Ed Kelly, too.
Definitely will.
Yeah.
I'll see them after this happens.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, Michael Jester, Greenwald and Greenwald, Milford. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Murray. The medical center purchased what was property at the end of Orange Slip that Robert Palumbo subdivided in 2007 into 3 lots. And at the time, the 3 lots were built around Orange Slip Extension, which the town took or accepted as a public way in 2009. Over the last year and a half, the medical center has purchased the 3 lots that surround and encompass the Orange Slip Extension, just that round cul-de-sac at the end. And the property was actually never deeded to the town, but it was accepted. And so that the medical center will have the ability, if it needs it and if the town approves it, to perhaps extend the parking or make a separate extension over those lots and over what is included in the road, which is now a public way. We're asking that just the extension of Orange Slip, that the round cul-de-sac portion, which I'm showing on the plan there, be discontinued.
Okay. Brian, any
Yeah,
questions?
Mike, you may have said it, so has the hospital purchased lots 1, 2, and 3? Do they own that
Yes,
parcel now?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then the extension is within that land as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's included right within those lots.
Okay, great,
actually,
yeah,
so
no,
that there's
it makes a
not
lot of
even any-
sense to do this.
Not even any abutters on it.
Gives you a lot more flexibility in developing that site.
Just in case anything goes over onto it, it wouldn't be on a public way.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Rick, you have any questions or anything?
No, I've talked to Michael about this, and everything seems to be in order.
Okay. Brian, what do you want to do?
So the motion is, what, to just add it to the town meeting?
Add it to the town
warrant?
meeting as an article,
Okay.
correct?
So
Yes.
instead of 45, we'll have 46, or is this included
It's,
within the
it's in the
45?
warrant that you'll be looking at tonight
Okay.
already,
Okay.
yes.
Motion is seconded, and we certainly want to do everything we can for the hospital. It's a great place, great employees, and good luck. And that's unanimous.
Sorry I waited 33 years to appear before you.
Oh, that's okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next we have a notice of hearing, a public hearing. This is on the intention of the board to lay out as a public way the following street subdivision. Dennis DeJondo, President, Dennis DeJondo, 303 Main Street, and this is regarding Woodland Meadows subdivision. This is something that is reviewed by the town engineer, planning board, and will be on the, there's a town meeting article. correct?
Yeah, the only thing would be subject to as-built plans being submitted to the town engineer.
Yeah.
But she has reviewed it.
Yeah. Anyone want to ask any questions about this? Brian?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, and I second. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Next, we have another petition for street acceptance. This is notice of hearing. Subdivision Domingos Alfonso, President, F&D Central Realty Corporation, 189 Main Street. And this is for South Central Estates 2 subdivision as Roland Way. Same thing, if this has been vetted by boards and planning board and town engineer, and now this will be going to the town meeting on May 18th. Brian?
I'll move.
And again, subject to as-built plans being submitted. Yeah.
Motion by Brian, nice second, and that's unanimous. That concludes the public hearings. Town administrators report. Rick?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just an update, the Governor's Office has established a $30 million Winter Assistance Recovery Program. This will provide cities and towns with $30 million as direct aid to be apportioned via the Chapter 90 formula and funded this spring to repair potholes and other damage to roads, bridges, and signs caused by this punishing winter. Milford will receive the sum of $122,593. The program will be implemented this month with all qualifying work completed by June 30th, 2015, with the expectation that all projects and related expenditures will be also completed during that time. One-time contracts will be issued. It's a use it or lose it clause to ensure that funds are spent and projects completed by this June 30th date. All work invoices must be provided to Mass DOT by July 31st. Highway Surveyor Scott Christofouli will develop plans for the areas of the towns where work can be undertaken. Spoke with Scott tonight, and obviously he's very appreciative. It's the same program that was implemented, if you remember, at last year's also difficult winter. I'm happy to report that the installation of the sound system for Upper Town Hall will take place beginning on April 27th. The installer, AdTech Systems, anticipates it will take 3 to 5 days to install. They will also provide instruction for the use of the system to the maintenance department and to the IT department. And then one final storm-related matter, the fire chief, as you know, has submitted the completed initial damage assessment forms to MEMA, reflecting all costs for the storms that we've had in January and February of this year. The total estimate of costs associated with the snow removal, as well as the labor costs, including overtime, is $772,617. MEMA will now use this information to hopefully, as we said prior, to build the strongest case possible for additional federal disaster assistance. That's all I have tonight.
Brian, any questions for Rick?
No.
Thank you, Rick. Next, we go to old business. Town planner proposed zoning bylaw amendments. There are 5 bylaw changes that'll be on the May 18th.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, just on this, as you may recall, we dealt with these also last meeting. However, we did notice a procedural timing deficiency, so to re-vote them tonight is just going to cure that procedural timing deficiency that was discovered after last meeting, so that they'll properly be on the warrant and then proper procedure will be followed. So that's the reason they're back on tonight.
Okay.
I'll move.
Motion by Brian, I second. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. We have a lease at 229 Purchase Street that the town has with a daycare and preschool. We've had it for a long time. They pay the town a certain amount of money every month, and this went out to bid once again because it was longer than 10 years, and only one person has bid, the same bidder. They do a nice job with that. I'll turn it over to Rick.
Yes, this is the Purchase Street School and Portable Buildings. The bid process, again, was followed. It was placed both in the Milford Daily News on 2 occasions, the Central Register. We had one bid. It is the Little Stars Daycare and Preschool LLC. The director and owner is Alexandria Alves. The lease is identical to what the lease has been in the past. The rent, tenant pays taxes, which is applied to the rent. Tenant pays utilities, water, sewer, has been reviewed by town council. Again, only one bid, so what I would ask the board to vote to approve and sign the lease tonight.
I'll move.
Motion by Brian, I second. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Brian, anything on the old business?
No, Mr. Chairman.
On new business, we have seasonal club renewals, Maspinock Rod and Gun Club Incorporated, McGill Lane, and Sons of Italy Dramatic and Sportsman Club Incorporated, 55 Depot Street.
I'll move.
Motion by Brian, I second, and that's unanimous. We have the great honor for the nomination of Inspector of Animals. This is most important, and we have a very good person in Milford. It's Rochelle, right?
Yes.
Okay. Motion of
I'll
Rochelle
move.
Thompson does a very nice job. Motion of Rochelle Thompson as the Inspector of Animals. Moved and seconded, unanimous. We have the, as Town Administrator said, the warrant for May 18th. I believe there are 45 articles. We gotta take a vote. We already took a vote, right?
No, not on the
On the
warrant.
warrant?
We did not.
Okay.
No, we did not.
Brian?
I'll make a motion to approve the warrant.
Yeah, and that's, motion I second, that's unanimous. Rick, anything else?
No, I have nothing else, Mr. Chairman.
Brian, anything else?
No, Mr. Chairman.
We don't have any executive session tonight, so we'll be ending it. And once again, thank you for everything, all your support, what's happened here tonight, and also before at 6 o'clock. And I really appreciate it, and I'll never forget it. And thank you. Motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
I second. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? That's it.
It's a wrap.
Thank you.